Hello, my name is Raymond Karchevsky, and this is coming to you from my home here in Cave Junction, Oregon. Today I should like to speak to you about a piece that I wrote on the internet news groups, titled A Letter to Stupid American Sheeple, or, in other words, if the shoe fits, wear it. The communication arose from comments made by a government disinformation agent who operates on the internet news groups along with others. It began with the simple comment that I made about the difference between God's law and man's law, in which I simply said, "Please follow me, for it doesn't get any simpler than this." And then I followed it with, "Do not harm another. That is the whole of God's law." The disinformation agent quickly chimed in, "Yet you engaged in a felonious criminal enterprise to steal the property of others, which is why you are a convicted felon 7 times over." I replied to him, "How so? Illuminate us all, won't you? You have no clue as to what you speak of. I, Raymond Ronald Karchevsky, this living, breathing, flesh and blood, sentient natural man, has never been convicted of any crime whatsoever, felony or misdemeanor. After all, were I to have been convicted of any crimes, as you claim, would I not now be in prison at the present time? After all, the Oregon courts and government went after me and threatened me with 35 to 40 years in prison. You see, what I did was to expose the fraud which is perpetrated upon the American public by our court system today. Millions of innocent men and women have been put in jail through this fraud, and not 1 in a million are capable of standing before the courts and exposing them for the fraud that they are. I just happen to be that 1 in a million. The fraudulent government, courts, and its practices, which have enslaved their previous masters, the sovereign people, require paid disinformation agents such as yourself in order to continue and perpetrate the fraud. You utilize many aliases in order to do this, to pull off your dirty tricks, disinformation agenda. You are a satanic deceiver, because you would not last long if you were to be held to your true name and not flit about with your various libelous themes via your many aliases. My next statement, in general, was, never tell another lie for the rest of your life. To which he chimed in, "Yet you repeatedly deny being a convicted felon for the aforementioned attempted thefts, despite the public record of your name and your many convictions being available to anyone who walks upstairs in the Josephine County Courthouse." I said to him, "You do notice, don't you, that you deliberately do not use the word lie or liar when referring to me, but instead state that I deny being the name Raymond Ronald Karchevsky, the fictional, non-living entity whose name is spelled in all capital letters, a name that was created by the government through birth certification. There is no question that I am not the same entity known as the defendant who was convicted 7 times over. Being the living man, I copyrighted my common law signature, which is spelled in all caps and lowercase, as is called for by proper English usage, and the trademark, trade name, juristic person whose name is spelled in all caps. For I have successfully proven through court records and papers that I am not the fictional man whose name is spelled in all caps, will be found in all court papers, and known to be the convicted defendant. If you are confused over all this, so are millions and millions of other dumbed-down, satanically indoctrinated American sheeple, who have been snookered by such lawyerly chicanery. My question of the American public is, why would you grovel, worship, and respect black-robed criminals who would enslave you through such satanic tactics? You American sheeple are pretty damn dumb. I have been sharing this key to freedom with you for the last 9 years on the internet, and you have fought and resisted it tooth and nail. You folks have lost your jobs, your homes, your children, your money, your liberty, your marriages, and some have lost their lives. Yet here you are, being maneuvered once again into absolute enslavement through the New World Order. I am at a loss to find the words for your enamored relationship with stupidity. Do you want to change your lives? Do you want to live in peace? Do you want love in your hearts, not hatred, divisiveness, and suspicion? Then drop Satan's law with its millions of confusing and conflicting corporate statutes, regulations, rules, and ordinances, which pass themselves off as law, and simply follow God's law. Do no harm. Remove the satanic tool of contradiction that has made your lives hell on earth. Do no harm to another. Do no harm to another's property. Do not infringe upon another's rights. Do not lie, a contradiction. Do not steal, another contradiction. Do not cheat, once again, another contradiction. Love yourself. Then love others with the love that you have come to know about yourself. That is the coming to at one-ment with oneself and all other men and women. Remove contradiction, a satanic weapon, from your lives, and you will come to know peace on earth. And you will achieve that elusive goodwill toward all men. Enjoy a life without crime. Enjoy a life without wars. Enjoy a life without exploitation. And that is your true state. You can have it any time you want. From this moment forward, do not tell another lie. Or you can just remain as you are, stupid, and divided amongst yourselves, and take your enslaved positions in the satanic-ruled New World Order. Never tell another lie in your life, and you are transformed into a simple man of truth or a simple woman of truth. You will be transformed into an entity possessed of Christ consciousness.